Hello, welcome to Michelle Sews Again. I'm Michelle. Today I'm going to share with you a mini haul that I did on the 4th of July at Joann's. I bought a few patterns, I bought some fabric. So if that sounds interesting to you, join me. Let's get started. Okay, so I went to Joann's specifically for the 99-cent Simplicity sale. I have never participated in this before because usually I don't even know what's going on until it's over and I hear everybody talking about what they got. So I had the day off, well, it was Sunday, but we didn't have any plans because my husband was working. We went to breakfast, I dropped him off, then I went shopping. So my process when I'm like pattern shopping is I sit down at the table, I pull out the books, and instead of writing them down in a notebook, I take pictures of them with my phone. So I did that. I went through 2 huge Simplicity books, and I came up with a list of 8 patterns that I was ready to buy. And I went through the drawers to find the patterns, and finally, like when I first started sewing again last year in March, so the first several months, I was buying patterns and I was just looking at, because let me see if I can say this right. My ready to wear size is like an 18-20. So when I see before I knew better, when I would see pattern sizes going up to size 24, I'd be like, oh, that covers me. And I didn't look at the measurements because I didn't know any better. So I had bought several big 4 patterns on the larger size, expecting them to fit me. I had a couple that I think I lucked out because they were more like over layering pieces, so they didn't close. So the fact that that they didn't close and they were a little oversized, I think I lucked out. But the things that were more fitted, like I didn't even think to look at the measurements. I was just, I'd make them, they didn't fit, I'd chuck them to the side, and I didn't really think about it. The more experience that I gained, I learned about measurements and all of that. So I haven't bought Big 4 in a long time, just because of easy access, the lockdown. PDF patterns are just easier. Most of the indie patterns, I find them to be more interesting than the Big 4, but a 99-cent sale, that's kind of compelling. So I went in and like I said, I found 8 patterns that I wanted. I went through the drawers, and out of the 8, after I looked at the pattern sizing, looked at the measurements, there were only 3 that I could buy because of sizing. So I feel like Simplicity failed me. I do struggle with the fact that I bought these 3 patterns and I'm supporting a company that doesn't support me. But on the other hand, they were 99 cents. So do I suffer because for my principles? Probably I should. I didn't this time. I might think about it a little bit harder next time when I'm not in. I wouldn't really call it a moment of weakness. I was just not really thinking straight until I got home and thought about how frustrating that experience was for me. And I shouldn't give them my money because it sends the wrong message. It is what it is now, but I'll make different choices next time. Anyway, I will share with you the 3 that I got, because out of the 3, 2 of them I could definitely get very similar looks in other patterns from an indie brand that does support my sizing. The 3rd one, I've never seen anything like it, and I totally would have been missing out if I didn't pick it up. So there's that. All right, so let me just start with the first one. The first one is, 2 of the 3 are actually Mimi G styles. This first one is 8558, and it's a kind of a wardrobe. Yeah, it's a wardrobe pattern. I actually saw Sarah from Naughty Gnome had picked this up as well. She's getting them for the shorts. I'm getting them for the culottes. I have another culotte pattern from, I can't remember what pattern company. It's a big 4 pattern company. It might be McCall's. But once I went to make them, and by that time I had learned about looking at the measurements, they weren't going to fit me. So that's a pattern that I wasted money on. This one, the waist, the finished, where is it? Finished measurements. The finished hip measurement for the largest size is way bigger than I need. So even though the body measurements wouldn't have fit me, like if I had gone by the body measurements in this, then I wouldn't have bought it. But because they have the finished garment measurements on here, which not all the big 4 patterns have, which I find odd, based on the finished garment measurements, these will fit me. So, and I don't even actually need to do the biggest if I'm going by finished, but just because of ease, I think I will, because I think I would like them that loose. But I like the fact that they have the elasticated waist and that they're kind of full and drapey. I definitely, well, I won't say definitely, I'm unlikely to make the tank. I have a couple of ready-to-wear camis that I use for layering pieces underneath, and I don't really feel the need to make more. Plus this one's cropped. I definitely wouldn't make it cropped. If I made it, I would lengthen it. I may or may not make the shorts. I won't make the jacket. I don't wear layering pieces. I don't need a jacket for the office. When I go in the office, it's very casual, and jackets just aren't my thing. So that's that. The next 2 are both outerwear pieces, which they're kind of lighter outerwear pieces. I didn't bring any of my coats down from Pennsylvania when we moved down here because, let me see, I brought one in case we're traveling back to Pennsylvania in the middle of winter and I need one. I have one. It's heavier. I don't have any like lightweight kind of outerwear pieces. One of these is just a super easy, like casual, lightweight throw on that I think would be good if it gets chilly here in the winter. But even in the winter, it's not really cold. But I thought this would be a good piece. I'm not sure which view I would do, but it is Simplicity 8517. And I really like this view. So from a line drawing perspective, that's this one. So it's just a big like rectangle with a hood. And I think that would be really cute and like a fuzzy fleece. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. That one I won't make for a while because I'm not gonna need it for quite some time. Both of those are the ones that I thought I could probably find something, well, the culottes for sure. The outerwear piece, I'm pretty sure I could find something very close to that from another company if I had looked hard enough, but it was 99 cents. This one is unique, and it's not even something that I need, but I just loved it when I saw it. So I snapped it up. It is the Simplicity S9186. It's a Mimi G and it's outerwear, and I just love these sleeves. How they puff out like it's a puffy sleeve and then it's fitted from like the elbow down. It's just so unique. It's so fun. I could see like doing this 2-tone. I could do this in like a bright color and then the rib sleeve in a different color. Yeah, I love that. And the finished sizing definitely works for me. So that'll be fun. That'll be something that I can work my way up to making. I don't know if it's lined or not. I don't know. It doesn't say. They're facing. I don't see anything about lining, so I actually don't think it's lined. We'll see. Anyway, those are the 3 patterns that I bought. I will throw pictures of the other 5 that I was interested in that I couldn't buy because the sizing didn't work. All right, now to the fun stuff. All right, so I got another rotary cutter because all the Fiskars cutting tools were 50% off, and I mean, you can always use an extra cutting tool, right? And then I've got 4 pieces of fabric. All right, so these first two, I was thinking that I would use these to participate in, I don't know if you've heard about the online PJ party from Crafty So-and-so. They're hosting it on both Instagram and on their Facebook page. And the hashtag is Crafty PJ Party. Go check out Crafty So-and-so's page for all the details. But basically, you are just going to share a homemade pair of pajamas on either Instagram or their Facebook page on July 30th for a chance to win some prizes, which who doesn't like that? And you'll just share, you know, photos of your progress along the way. And I, for one, need some new PJs. So I bought these two fabrics. So you know I don't buy a lot of solids, but these are obviously bright, fun colors. So I want to do something with these together. I like this blue and green combo. And this fabric is, I think it's a double brushed poly. It is so incredibly soft that it'll make the most amazing pajamas. I don't know what pattern I'm gonna do yet. I've gotta think about that, but that's what that's for. I know, I bought fabric with an intention. Who knew? All right, and then these next two pieces are also have an intended project. And so I'm still continuing my journey with sewing with knits and trying to improve that. And so I got both of these, which are also double brushed polys. All of these were on sale, by the way. The solids were all, they came down to, I want to say like $4.09 a yard. And the print was like $5 and maybe 12 cents or something in that neighborhood. So they were pretty significantly reduced, because I think the solids were regular $13.99 a yard and they came down to $4.09. So a pretty nice reduction there. All right, so then these two I wanted to do together. So let me show you this one by itself. It's this really pretty floral with some really bright colors in it. And then I'm gonna pair that up with this hot pink. Now I got a lot more of both of these than I need for the project that I'm making, just because I like them, and I'm hoping maybe I can eke out a second pair of pajamas. What's interesting is I didn't notice this until the guy had finished cutting all the fabric and had it all stacked up. All four of these could actually mix and match. So here's the print. This is the one I got to go with it. This is the green. And this is the blue. They all work with it. So I could mix and match any of those, but I'm gonna make the seam work Finn raglan t-shirt with these two. This will be the body, these will be the sleeves. And that'll be my next attempt at doing a knit top, which I think with this fabric, I've sewn with double brushed poly before. In fact, I didn't tell you, but I'm wearing the Sewing Revival Bellbird top, the fourth one that I made from this Spoonflower fabric. And the very first two of these that I made in a double brush poly, and I had no trouble sewing those at all. So I don't anticipate having any issue with these, but we'll see. And I want to say, is that about it? Oh, while I was in Joann's, I was just roaming up and down the aisles, and I was walking down the cosplay aisle, not realizing that's where I was, and they had some really cool looking fabrics. So if you follow me on Instagram, then you'll know that my goal for making my holographic vinyl raincoat was an epic fail. That fabric was a complete and total nightmare. It didn't have the flexibility that was needed to make a garment. If it's used for a garment, I would say that the garment would have to be designed with that fabric in mind, because it could probably be used in smaller like pieces, but as a whole for an entire garment, it doesn't work. Every time you it bends or it gets crinkled, that movement holds in the finish of the fabric, and it doesn't look good. It looks like a hot mess, and it's not easy to work with, and I wasn't going to put all that effort into that garment for something I knew I was never going to wear, and I wasn't going to waste my time on it, and it's a shame. I still want to make the raincoat, so I'm looking for a new fabric to make it in, and I think I might have found some, but I don't know if they would work. Like I felt them, and they were definitely more flexible. I think I could make the coat out of it. I don't know how they would work as a raincoat, so I need to investigate that a little bit more. But yeah, so that was kind of interesting that I came up with those. So that's about it. That's all I have today. So I am right now in the process of doing a tie-dye on my finished pattern test. So that finally, I got that all worked out, and I've just taken it out of the soda ash solution, and I'm spin drying it, and then I'm gonna be attempting the tie-dye here shortly. So I'm kind of excited about that. All right, that's it. If you are making any of these simplicity patterns, I'd love to hear about it. If you've already made them, I'd really love to hear about it. If you have recently hit up the 99-cent sale, tell me what your experience was. If you are like me and you have trouble with the big 4 patterns fitting you, what would you have done? Would you have bypassed the 3 that you could fit in just to make a point? Or would you have gotten them because they were 99 cents and it's a good deal? I'd love to know your point of view. Thanks, everybody. I hope where you are, the weather is great. It is terrible here in Miami right now. It's raining. I do know that it looks like the hurricane's gonna miss our side of the state. It looks like it's gonna be more on the Gulf side. So pray for everybody over there, but we are getting some of the rain from it. So wish us all luck. And wherever you are, I hope you're getting some sewing in. Thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Bye.